It is ramping up. I think I'm on. I know I'm not all prepared because I just remembered I didn't bring over my die cut machine, but I can get that. It's just right there when I need it. Let me get all my stuff going. It's been so long since I've been here. I think I might have forgotten a little bit about what I need to do. So it's been a long, long month, guys. And it's almost over, so that's good. So put this on my Christmas card playlist. And save. All right, I think I'm ready. I think I'm there. I think I got it all updated. Back over to YouTube. And Dawn's on. Hey, Dawn. I got to pull up one more screen here so I could see my Zoom. Oh, Kathy, Mom. Hey, guys. Gosh, it's been so long since I've been here. Hope you missed me. Sorry about last night's video, you guys. I ran errands yesterday and I totally overdid it and fell asleep. I totally forgot to do it anyway. And any of you that read my newsletter, see I forgot to do that too. It's just been getting back in the swing of things, and down I went. So I fell asleep last night, but like I said, I forgot about it anyway. So I hope you can all hear me. I struggled there for a second with the way I set this up. It has been almost a month since I've been here with you guys. So I wanted to come back tonight with a Christmas card. I've got a non-traditional Christmas card for you. And I'll give you a little background. Actually, let me just back up a minute. Oh, Christy's watching from her phone, so I got a text from Christy. Let me back up a little bit, you guys. As you know, or you may not have known, because I didn't really publicize it, because you know, the husband gets kind of all weirded out when you let people know you're not going to be home and stuff. So we went away on a family vacation. We went to Greece. Reed and I took a little 2-day jaunt over to Rome. Absolutely wonderful time. Food was wonderful. The weather was beautiful. Very minimal family bickering that I'm aware of. Now, Reed may have told my mom otherwise, but I'm thinking that we all had a really chill, really good time. And I highly recommend it as a place to go. I think food was reasonably priced in Greece. We stayed in Athens for the most part, and we did day trips from the house. We averaged like 8 to 10 miles of walking a day. Reedy got us an Airbnb, and then we left, and then we walked around just Athens. We went on a couple tours. We toured the Acropolis, the Parthenon. That was awesome. Everything is uphill. I think the trek back home is even uphill because everything, you know, they built it high up on the mountains so that, like the Parthenon, so that they could see out and see what was happening. But, you know, a lot of it's just ruins, but they've cordoned off the different piles of the stones and the different things. But it's just amazing to think that stuff is thousands of years old. And, you know, we got to see it, and it was great. Like I said, the food was great. If you ever eat at Denisio's here in town in Kalamazoo, they have a Greek portion on their menu with it's like I forget the name of the one, pasticcio and moussaka, I think is the other thing. I've had those at Denisio's before, and I also had them in Greece, and spot on. So if you're looking for a little bit of Greek here in the US, you could give that a try. But like I say, we had a great time. Rome was awesome. Our trip all fell through that day. Reedy had booked a Rome in a day tour for us, had all the triptychs, jumped to the front of the line, had our transportation, and we got there and they basically left us standing there, said, oh no, you booked a trip that didn't even exist today, so we don't know how you booked it. We were quite peeved. They did give us tickets to get into the Vatican, but a lot of good that does if you don't have a guide to tell you what you're looking at. So we zipped our way on through, went to the Sistine Chapel, and then went into St. Paul Peter's Basilica and looked around. Just absolutely phenomenal, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous places. And then we walked up to the tippy top of the dome there. So we take an elevator to a certain spot. Otherwise, it was 500 and some steps to get. It was 200 and some steps to get to where we took the elevator to. Then like 320 or 350 more steps to the top of the dome. And Reedy and I walked up there. Amazing views. I did not get to see the Pope, but it was great. A little more expensive there, but it was, something that wasn't on my bucket list, but I'm going to put it on there and check it off anyway. So come back to the United States, hung out with my friend Patty on Friday. We got home Wednesday night, Thursday. We had spent the night in Chicago, drove home on Thursday morning, and Friday morning, I went with Patty to Novi. We zipped around in there, and on the way back, I'm like, something's not right. And by Saturday, I was down. My head was plugged. 4 COVID tests came back negative. So I don't know. The gal said I had a major sinus infection and bronchitis. And that's about all I can really say for about the last week. I did manage to go hang out with Patty again late last week for a couple hours. But it takes all I could do to like run my errands yesterday. So I'm getting better. Mike is sick now. I think he's just got allergies, but I can't really say. He just has a really bad sore throat, and I'm thinking it's drainage from the allergies, probably a delayed reaction. I might have had COVID, I guess. I do not have a sense of smell, very little taste, but she did not tell me that. And 4 negative tests would lead me to believe otherwise, but I may have had it and gave it to him. I don't know, but he's sick now, but not too sick that he hasn't been to golf. So he's still doing a few things here and there. And so that's a little bit of my history there. So what I'm going to show you guys is a little thing that they had all over in Greek. I don't know if you can see my little earrings. Can you see these little things on my earrings? I don't think you can. They're called evil eyes. Let me see. You can't really see it. But I bought myself a pair of earrings. I had a cute little bracelet that is now hopefully protecting somebody else. But these little evil eyes, they're just a round, typically round. It's either an eye shape. You've seen them in different religions as well, but they're here. They were mostly in beautiful blues, like Azure Afternoon, Night of Navy, but they do come in all different colors as well. And so each different color has a meaning, I guess. I did a little research just to make sure it wasn't some kind of weird voodoo stuff that I was going to be talking about. And it's just an old myth, I guess, custom, something that they believed in. And so they'll put like little bracelets on babies. They'll hang these little amulets, not so much, but they will hang them like in a doorway. And the story behind it is, well, I think it tended to be also, they didn't have blonde-haired, blue-eyed people in Greece. So if you were blonde-haired and blue-eyed, you most likely had a little bit of evil in you. So people who were over complimentary or snarky, you know, how we say you give them the evil eye, you know, well, at my house, it's the read look or things like that. But, you know, you just give them that look. Well, if somebody was to give another person the look, it would bring them bad luck, or they felt that it could make you sick or harm you in some way, shape, or form. So they created these evil eyes for us to like wear to draw the attention away from the bad juju that they were shooting upon you, and it warded it off. So that's kind of a little insight behind it. It just protected them from bad luck. I pulled up, let me see if I can pull it up again. I pulled up, I just Googled it to see what the green one meant. And because tonight I'm going to use a green one. So here's my card I'm going to make. See that this is like the evil eye, but I've got it green. And so it says here that the green is, it's a symbol believed to bring positive energy and help bring one's dreams to fruition. It's thought to help manifest all that is desired and to make life a celebration of joy, bliss, pleasure, and delight. The color green is often associated with the evil eye because it's thought to represent growth, abundance, and good fortune. The evil eye is believed to be a beacon for collecting happiness and to help adopt a positive mindset, leading to good health and well-being. And it's thought to keep the wearer free from physical and mental disease and bring about vitality and fertility, enable them to chase their dreams and live life to the fullest. That's just a little blurb about green ones. Had I had some different background paper, I could have used red, because red is more of a symbol for creativity. And so I looked for red ones while I was there, but I really was only able to find blue ones. So anyway, that's what we're making. Let me show you again. Let me go back over to my, oh, did I lose it? Okay. Let me go over here now. All right, hold on. Oh, Patty's on too. Hey, Patty. So I'm gonna move my computer for a second. Oh no, see, you guys, I'm totally spacing. I gotta turn my computer down now, don't I? I gotta spotlight my desktop. All right, so now I should be seeing my desktop. Put my computer here and balance it so I can see what's going on. So, oh, and so for tonight, I bought a Christmas ornament. When we go on vacations, we like to get a Christmas ornament. So Reedy found this one at the place that when we stopped, we went to a place, Napflio, on the I think it was the Aegean Sea, and we shopped there when we ate lunch. And this is the Christmas ornament that I got, and it's full of, like I said, the evil eyes, and they come in, I think it might be hand painted. So but these are the colors of mostly the ones that we saw around Greece. So that was my inspiration, but it totally looks different than what I thought it was. I thought it was just the evil eye. I forgot that it had all those little eyes around it and such. So, you know, it was surprise when I hauled it out and said, okay, let's make this. So I made this, and it's an easel card. And if you wrap it up a few times, spin it around, and then open it and stand it up, it should unspin. Just kind of give you a, you know, a little feeling it wobbles in there. So that's what we're going to make. And let me set it aside. I got most of it already done so that I don't go into a coughing fit and you guys don't have to listen to my hoarse, raspy voice for half the night. And I have to be honest, guys, it's felt good to kind of be away. I think I might be ready to get back at it, but you know, it just felt good to take a break from the pressure I put on myself to get all this stuff done every week. So I've got a thick piece of basic white cardstock. at 4 1/4 by 11. I'm gonna fold it in half. You can score it at 5 1/2 or just fold it. And then I have this random Christmas paper. Let me see, you guys, I found this idea from, oh, I can't remember her name now. Let's see if I can go back and see if I saved it. Her name is Heejung Hunsberger, and she made this idea I had in my mind for this free floating ornament, and she had made one with this easel design. So that's how I ended up with this easel design. So I have cut this paper to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to glue it onto the front. And I'm going to put a lot of adhesive on it because I'm going to go and cut it out. Cut the circle out of it. So I'm going to glue that on like that. And then let me get my machine. I forgot it. And I put everything away. So Lordy, I might have even, let me see. I got to remember which size hole I cut here. This is my hole. Yep. So I used a large circle die. And then I'm just going to try and stick that right in the middle. Center it the best that I can on my paper. Oh, wait a second. I got to, hold on, I lost the other plate. I want to fold it so that it stands up for the easel. So I'm going to fold this in half as well. And I'm going to score it real good. So I'm off camera. Sorry, because I got my big shot in the way, but all right, Stampin Cut Emboss. See, after all this time, I still call it a big shot. All right, so I folded that down the center. And now I'm going to put my die on there. Try and, that looks pretty center. Center that on there. And then I'm just going to cut that out. And it's pretty thick, so I'm going to go back again. And that should be good. Popped right out of there. So let me get this out of the way. All right. So now I cut a hole right in the center of it. And then I have taken, that was my largest circle. So I have a non-Stampin' Up die that was just a smidge bigger that I could cut to layer for my pop-up thing here. So I've got 2 more that I layered that die that I just used to cut the hole. I cut it out, and then I laid this stitched, I think it's in My Favorite Thing die that I got from a girl that was having a sale for some of her friends' stuff. So I got that, and I cut that out to make it a little bit bigger. I have some of our ever so favorite thread. Look, guys, it's almost gone. But have no fear. I'm sure I got a drawer full of it because you guys loved it so much. I didn't want to miss out on it. All right, so I'm going to lay that down. And just for giggles, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on there just to hold that while I'm doing my thing. Now I got to go slow so that I remember, because I didn't do it correctly on my sample. I had to tear it apart once. So I got my string down through the center. That's not even right. See, I'm getting way ahead of myself. That's the end. So I've got bunch of different sizes of the circles to make the eye. I got a garden green, a basic white, an Azure Afternoon, Azure, Kathy, I forgot how you told me that's pronounced. Azure. To make a double-sided eye. So I just went ahead and with my circle dies, I just cut out all these in different sizes. The black one I actually punched with my 3/4 inch punch. And I'm not going to lay these on here like perfectly because I didn't want it to look too mechanical, too perfect. I'm just putting the circles in different spots, even though now it kind of looks sort of down a little bit. Yes, you guys might have this designer paper. I believe it's from the painted Christmas that we had in a couple holiday catalogs, the last couple. All right, so there's my two eyes. Now my goal was to give it some dimension. Now whether or not this actually is gonna, do what I hoped it was gonna do. I got my little my ball from my pick tool, and I'm just going around in the center of it, trying to get it to curl up. And I got to be careful because on my other one, I went too far off of where the white is, and then it made little wrinkles. See, it's given it a little bit of a curve. I could go more. I won't make you sit here and watch me do more and more and more. And probably because I got so many layers on here, it's having a hard time curling also. But I don't want to do it too much or my paper is going to split in two. Stampin' Up paper is cool like that, and it will split in two. And then the inside, if you've never done it, if you bone folder it enough, this piece here, if you bone folder it enough like this, you're going to break down the fibers inside. Of course, you'll want to do it more than that, but it will break down the fibers inside and it will peel apart. And like I said, you'll need to do it more than that, and it will just pretty much fall apart. And then this side is kind of a faux suede look, or just a different texture if you want to, give your cards a different texture. Great on masculine cards. And all right, I don't want to do this too much because I'm also jiggling the camera all around. A couple of my girls that get car sick are going to get sick of watching. So I'm going to stop like that, but you get the idea. I got a little bit of a pattern going on, or a curvature going on there. And then I'm going to get out my, do I not have my giant dimensionals over here? What am I thinking? What am I not thinking? How crazy is that? I go everywhere with those. So I'm just going to use a hunk of this tape, and I'm going to stick it in the middle because I don't want it to collapse like in the mail. So I could use even more than that, but that's where I'm stopping with just that much. And then I'm going to put some glue around the outside edge, and I'm going to glue the two together. That. And then where's my string? What did I do with the string? Then now I got to put my string on. I'll put it like this. I'll put my string on. Or not. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this one on top. Just kind of looking to see which I wanted the eyes to kind of be in the same spot. And then I'm just going to kind of pinch it together. That. Hope that it stays. So, all right. And while I'm going to give that a little hot second to dry some more, I've got a stamp set, an old stamp set called Beautiful Baubles. It's not the one I was looking for. I thought I had one that was just a big ball. The whole stamp set was just a big ball, but I couldn't find it. So I found my Beautiful Baubles because I want this part up here. I had another stamp set, but the ball was smaller, and so this little thing was too small for my card. So I got a piece of gold paper, and then I don't see my, I'm just going to use my black real quick, and I'm just going to ink up the top of it. And I'm going to stamp a couple of them. And then I'm going to cut them out. And I'm trying to cut as close as I can to the black without cutting too much of it off, to keep it as big as I can. And then that way I also will hopefully keep the two the same size. If I can go on to the outside of the black. Eyes are going crazy. I want to focus. All right. So now I'm going to go with that being the, maybe I'm going to put that at, no, I'm going to put this at the top because it's got a little more space. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my super duper glue. And then I'm just going to try and pick it up and stick it on the top there. Flip it over. Oops. And stick this one on there. Also. Give it a second, and then I'm going to try and pinch it together. There. Now we have our eye stuck between the string. And then I got this one that I started on. And I want to center that the best I can in there. Well, that didn't work. All right, so I'm just going to hold it there for a second, like that. Come through with my glue. You ever notice when you try and be careful how you end up making a bigger mess or screwing something up even more because you're trying to be careful? Spilling something when your bowl's really full and you're walking across the kitchen and you're trying not to spill it, and sure as heck end up spilling it. All right, so I'm going to stick it like that. That looks pretty good. And then I'm going to put the other one over the top. Like so. And then I'll give that string a little tug to pull that through. Okay, so now we got that in there. Give that half a second to dry before I cut that off. And then now I'm going to pull my card back in, and I'm going to just put some glue on the bottom half of the hole that I cut out. Because the top half does not, the top half stands up. So then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to glue this down into place right around the perimeter of that hole. And then probably if you put it on crooked, all right. So like I said, I'm going to let that dry on there. I'm going to cut my string off. Hopefully I'm secure. So now it's going to not be attached at the top, but it's glued on at the bottom so that when they open it, it will swing free. And so now I'm going to decorate the outside a little bit. So I've got the bundle, and I decided not to use the Peaceful Boughs stamp set part of it because these didn't really line up on the cutout pieces. So the Beautiful Boughs dies are the ones that go with this bundle. And so I just used the greenery dies, not the pine cones, and cut out some greenery pieces. And when it's closed, my thought was to have it like be underneath it, but it doesn't. If I do that, then when it opens, it doesn't let it spin. So if you don't care if it spins or not, you can glue it down further in there so that it kind of looks like we've got the branch all around and it's hanging on the branch. But like I said, I decided not to. So I ended up, let's see where I ended up cutting it off at. I ended up pulling that down. I ended up cutting most of it off. I wanted it to stick up over the top. So I glued it on like that. So let me get some glue on it. Just put a little bit of glue so that you got you can go in and not be too much mess if you decide to, if it's overlapping and stuff. If you got too much glue, then it'll get everything all gluey. Okay. So I glued it on like that. See, I didn't even need to put any glue on this guy. And then like I said, I wanted it to spin, so I cut off these other little sprigs that are hanging over into in its way. So now it'll spin in there. And then I'm going to cut off the stem. And I got to cut these off. That might look kind of silly having those all cut off, but all right. So then because I wanted it a little bit, again, to have the effect that it was hanging, these guys are just hanging out there in the middle of nowhere. So I got it so that it kind of looks, like I said, like it belongs on this branch. And so I just am gluing it on barely by some of the needles, I guess we'll call them the needles. And then I came through with the second one over like this way, just for, oh, I cut that one off. Maybe that one looks better. It's a little fuller. I think I'm going to use that one. It's a little different. So now when it stands up, it's going to hit, nope, it's not going to hit anything. Then I got a 3B and I'm going to cut that down, or I'm going to pop it up. I mean, so I'm cutting down this dimensional tape stuff I got. I'm going to put that all over on this frond branch so that it does stick up. And then this will be what the easel stands up against. Okay. And let's see if I can get some thin enough to go on that. This branch. Not show too much. Okay. And then just open your card up to however open, you know, you want it to be. And then stick your branch down. And then that will hold it up there. And then I did use that Baubles set, and I used the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year because on this one, or my sample, I probably had I didn't have it up there as high, standing up as high. This one I got standing up pretty high. So I'm just going to put that down here. But again, if you got a bigger sentiment, something different you want to say. And then I use the Azure Afternoon for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then I tied that in with the blue in the eye. Oops, I gotta close up my glue before it dries up in there. And that's it, you guys. That's my little take on Christmas with my Christmas ornament. Oh, see now that one here, I got that a little bit lower, so it's going to catch when you try and open it. Or I got it a little higher. I don't know what the word is. But anyway, let me turn myself around. I'm going to do the hokey pokey here. All right. So that's it. That's my card. A little taste of my Greek Christmas ornament. And that's it. I will do my best to be back again on Wednesday videos, Wednesday newsletters. Hopefully, what's next Wednesday? That's 31st. So I got one more shot to redeem myself in May. Otherwise, I will see you in June, I hope. For now, I'm out of here. You guys have a great holiday weekend. I will be going up north, so I'll get to see my mom and my friend Christy, and looking forward to that. So until then, I'll see you around. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.